It's not bad. I'm not going to make you cook or anything. Okay. So I just want to say thank you so much for having a Pampered Chef party.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I want to say thank you to all of you for taking time out of your schedule to be here this evening. And to say thank you, I would like to give you a Season's Best Recipe Book. Has anybody here never been to a Pampered Chef party?
Really?
There's a newbie in the crowd. Get ready. You're going to be taking lots of notes and learning lots of things tonight. And basically all I can say is welcome to your new addiction. Because this stuff is going to change your life in the kitchen. I promise you that one. And everybody here can pretty much agree with you on that one. So, now before I officially hand this over to you, I am going to pass it around the room so all of these lovely ladies can put a little happy note to you in here. Now remember, I said happy note. No bad words, ladies. And then that way, when you pull it out to use it, you can remember who all was here at your party. Does that sound good?
That sounds
Absolutely. And I'll point out really quick a couple of my favorites. These are to die for. The double chocolate cheesecake squares. This season's best. They come out with a new season's best every time they come out with a new catalog. So once they're gone, they're gone. So they're only $2, well worth purchasing, and just a lot of people like to collect them. And so this is one of the good ones in here. I mean, they're all good, so none of them are bad. This one is really good, the Asian chicken noodle stir fry. So I recommend everybody having this. And if you want to look through it, this is only available for about 3 more weeks. So if you want this one tonight, definitely the night to get it. Sound good? All right, so we will start with you, Miss Marla.
Okay.
Now, if you guys will open your binder, you'll notice in the very front pocket that there is a sheet of paper that says My Wish List. The whole purpose of this sheet of paper, that's actually the only thing I want you to pull out right now is that sheet of paper. The whole purpose of the wish list is to take notes throughout the show. So if you see something you would like to own at any point, whether it's from tonight's show or in the future, if you want it at some point, go ahead and write it down on this sheet of paper. You can put a star next to it or a check mark next to it. This ultimately will be used as your order form, but don't worry, I'm not going to hold you to ordering everything on your wish list, alrighty? So you'll just make a little notation next to it when it comes time to check out. You'll bring it up to me. We'll get everything entered into the system. I'm going to email your receipt right to you. It's virtually paperless. And you can take your wish list home with you, actually, because it has all my contact information at the bottom as well. If at any time tonight you have a question, I want you to just shout it out. I don't want you to raise your hand or anything like that. Shout out the question. I'll be happy to answer it. You won't throw me off, I promise. But I definitely want your questions answered. And I don't want you to wait till the end of the party, because if your brain works like mine, 10 seconds after you think of it, poof, it's out of your head and you've forgotten it already, right? It's what happens when you have children. So, alrighty, let's get started. Tonight we're making chicken chili Frito pie with a cherry chocolate cake. And we are going to start with what has become probably one of the top sellers of Pampered Chef. It is one of the most revolutionary products that Pampered Chef has ever come out with. And it came out a year and a half ago, September 1st. A year and a half ago. I can't believe it's already been 18 months that this product has been out. But it is a game changer when it comes to your kitchen, because it's literally a one-stop cooking vessel. So if you will turn to the very first page of your catalog, you will notice a product by the name of the Rockcrok. And anybody here familiar with our stoneware? Raise your hand. Bar pan, pizza stone, deep covered baker? Yes. So the Rockcrok is made very similar to our stoneware because it is made with a natural rock product that comes from the earth. But it has a high heat enamel coating on the outside. So you'll see here, right there, no metal in this pan whatsoever. So this is literally a one-stop cooking vessel. It works on the stove, it works in the oven, works under the broiler, works on a barbecue pit, works in a microwave, and it's dishwasher safe. So stoneware, can't put it in the dishwasher, can you? Can't put soap on it, can you? And that, that kind of bothers some people. But this right here, you can pour a whole gallon of dish soap in it and then stick it in the dishwasher if you want to. I love this. There's no curing of this as well. You don't have to season it. You can pull it out of the box, rinse it out, and start using it immediately. The other benefit to this is it goes from freezer or refrigerator straight to hot surface. You do not have to bring it back down to room temperature. That is a really, really added benefit, because if you've got soup or stew or something in here and you just want to pick it up and stick it in your fridge, you can. Pull it back out the next day, put it right back on your stovetop and start heating it up. You don't have to bring it down. Because sometimes that drastic temperature change can cause it to pop, especially sometimes with stoneware as well. So when you order the Rockcrok from me, I'm actually going to email you a 100-page recipe booklet to go with it for free. I will give you every single reason to use this pan and not one reason to not use it. Because there's one thing I don't like is finding out you've ordered something and you've invested in something in your kitchen, like this, and that you're not using it and it's still in the box in the bottom of your pantry. Right? So I'm going to give you every reason to use it. So tonight we're using it for two reasons. We're going to use it on the stovetop for our chili, and then we're also going to use it in the microwave for our 10-minute cake. What's that? 10 minutes.
What?
Crazy, right? So let me give you some other examples of what it can do, because in the microwave it can do a 9-minute tenderloin. It can do 2 tenderloins in 14 minutes. You can do a meatloaf in 18 to 20 minutes. You can do pastas in 14 minutes or less, depending on the type of pasta. You can do an entire chicken. As a matter of fact, that's the first thing I ever cooked in my Rockcrok. After I pulled it out of the box when the new product was announced and I stopped jumping up and down with excitement, went to my kitchen, I cut up potatoes and carrots and put them on the bottom. I took the whole chicken and put it on top with a lemon and an onion in the cavity, doused it with our lemon pepper rub, put the lid on it, stuck it in the microwave, and in 30 minutes my entire dinner was done. The vegetables were seasoned just like the chicken was. The broth was at the bottom. It was absolutely delicious. I had one customer said hers was done in 21 minutes. So it depends on your microwave as well. If you have a very high wattage on your microwave, it's going to cook even faster. But have you ever seen or bought a rotisserie chicken from H-E-B? That's what it comes out looking like. It's browns on top. I do have some customers who actually like to take it out of the microwave, put it under the broiler, and crisp up the top once it's browned. So many ideas that you can do with this. I've done a cobbler in 8 minutes before. And so many variations on this cake. So let's get started. We are going to start with the cake first, by the way. Because that is the most important part of any meal, right? Dessert. So what I have here already is 1 triple chocolate cake mix from Betty Crocker, because if you're going to do it, we might as well do it right? Make it the triple chocolate. And then I have 3 eggs, and then we are going to put a can of cherry pie filling in here. Can opener, located on page 46. We have the best can opener in the industry by far. Anybody have the newer version, or anybody in here still have the older version, the one that you had to like kind of open and yes. So great can opener. Sometimes with them though you have to go around more than once with like an off-brand can. Some of them you don't, just depends which one you got. Excuse me. But this one you only have to go around one time. I just love this new can opener. So if you don't have it, watch carefully, because this is one of the easiest can openers to use.
What page did you say?
46. So if you'll turn it, it automatically grabs the can. That's one of the aspects that I love about it, because you don't have to keep your hand clutched. So if you know anybody with arthritis, this is very arthritic friendly, so it's not going to really, really hurt your hand while you're trying to keep it secure. So you're going to go around one turn. You're going to feel like the pressure give, or you're going to hear a click when it's done. And once you feel that or hear that, I just felt that, then you know you've gone around one complete turn. So you're going to go the opposite direction to release it.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. Why didn't you text me or call me?
Well, I was managed to
Barge you
get
in
it
my
all done.
PTA meeting and say, Tenille, I got to talk to you about something. Very easy to use. Yes, opposite direction, and then you want to take the little bird's beak on the side. You see? Hello. See it talking to you right there? See that? You're going to straddle the edge of the lid with that bird's beak. You're going to push the button on top. That basically just grabs the lid. You're going to pull up, and just like that. You have no sharp edge here, and you have no sharp edge here. It's one thing that I love about it. The other thing I love is the fact that the lid doesn't fall back into the juices of your food and get the dust and stuff back into your food, because that's really kind of disgusting, isn't it? So, and plus you never know what's on there that you aren't seeing either. So the other thing that's great about this is you can actually take this and you can put it right back on top for temporary storage purposes. You never actually want to store anything in an aluminum can, especially in the refrigerator overnight. But for temporary purposes, save your foil and just put the lid right back on top. And then it comes right back off. So we will only be using 3 eggs, cake mix, and pie filling. Now you can easily do other variations of this if you don't like chocolate. And I'm sorry if one of you don't like chocolate. You can do a spice cake mix with an apple pie filling. You can do a peaches and cream pie filling with the spice cake. That one is actually really, really good. You could do a white cake, vanilla cake with cherry or strawberry pie filling. One of the ones that's really good, and we actually made it at Marilee's a couple weeks ago, is a lemon cake with blueberry pie filling.
You can do it in the deep baker, or no? You'd have to put it in the,
You can.
you know, the deep, because I have.
Yeah, you can do the deep cover baker, absolutely. Yeah, and it's going to take that one's going to take anywhere probably from about 11 to 13 minutes. This gets hotter. It has a higher heat resistance on it. This is actually heat resistant to 725 degrees. That's why it can go on a barbecue pit. Now the only 2 places you don't ever want to put the lid is going to be the broiler, for obvious reasons. If you know what a broiler is for, then you know there's no need for a lid anyway, right? But the barbecue pit is the other place you don't want to put the lid. It is not that heat tolerant. The lid itself is not. And if you'll notice that the lid is glass, that is very, very beneficial for your cooking, because you can actually watch your food progress. If you can't see through your lid and you pick it up, what did you just do? Just let all the heat out. And if your food is not done, you have to put the lid back up and that heat has to rebuild. So the lid being glass, it is a huge, huge benefit with this vessel. And it's a whole quart bigger than the deep covered baker as well. Any questions about can opener, Rockcrok? No, I'm doing a good job then, right? Explaining everything.
Keep on going.
So we are going to put the lid on this. We're going to put this in the microwave for 10 minutes. You do want to make sure that you mix the eggs in really, really well. The reason being is because if you don't, sometimes you miss the egg white and you'll end up with like a little fried egg on the side of your cake. So it's not very appealing when you go to eat it. But I am going to show you the consistency of this cake because it is much thicker than normal cake mix. So I don't want you to be at home making this and then think, what have I done wrong? See, much thicker. Because we're not using the water, we're not using the oil.
Like brownies. I'm sorry.
Much thicker. Yeah. And I like to say it's a little healthier for you since we're not putting the oil in it. Alrighty, 10 minutes. Now for those of you that are wondering which size this is, you'll notice on that first page that there are 3 different sizes. So, from left to right, we have the 4-quart Dutch oven. You don't see the information regarding the 4-quart Dutch oven because it's actually on the back of the cover, which is on the front of your binder. So the 4-quart Dutch oven, which is the largest one we have, that's the 2 that I have with me tonight are the same size. It's $135, worth every single penny. I can promise you that one. If you're doing freezer meal workshops, a lot of your meals can be done in the Rockcrok. In the microwave, 25 minutes, 20 minutes. So highly recommended if you're doing any of my freezer meal workshops. And then you've got the 2-quart casserole. Honestly speaking, if you're feeding 1 or 2 people and you're doing smaller portions, you could easily go with the 2-quart casserole. I'm not here to sell you something you're not going to utilize, but I will tell you this. It's always better to have more than enough room than not enough room. So if you're ever doing big dishes like at the holidays or you're taking potluck and stuff like that, the 4-quart really is the most bang for your buck when it comes to the Rockcrok. And then you'll notice there's the 2.5-quart everyday pan. If I'm being very honest with you, I have it because I get them for free, right? But I don't sell a lot of 2.5-quart everydays because the wall is shorter. So the versatility is less on the 2.5-quart everyday. And there's only a $20 difference between the everyday pan and the 4-quart. So you might as well get the big one for a $20 difference because it's so much more versatile. Cool. Alright, so we're going to get busy using the other Rockcrok. We're going to open up some more cans. Does anybody here want to try the can opener? Nobody? Come on, ladies. Y'all can light it up for me. It's Friday night. Come on.
Come on,
Sangria in the house. No work tomorrow.
Okay. This is not the
Yep.
same as the one I have.
No, because yours closes, right? You have to actually hold yours closed. So what you're going to do is just put it straight on top. There you go. Now just start turning. That's it.
It's heavy, yeah.
So you'll feel
I'm
kind
already
of...
arthritic. No. Could be anywhere.
Boom! See how easy that was?
That was easy.
Isn't that great?
Well, since I have it,
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to try the can opener? I have 3 more cans to open if anybody else wants to try it. Don't be shy, don't be shy. You can't be shy at my parties. Come on. Come on. Alright, here you go. Try it out. This is my friend right there. There you go. Yes.
See, I already told you the mistake I made, so you won't repeat that.
I've had an 8-year-old use this. I've had an 80-year-old use this can opener. I actually had the 80-year-old call me, and she's like, I don't remember how to use it, so I walked her through it over the phone. And after that, it was fine. And did you feel like a click or the pressure get? Yeah, so you're done. So you're going to go the opposite direction to release it. Opposite direction with the handle. There you go. Keep going until it releases. Bird's beak on the side.
Okay.
See that? Straddle the edge of the lid. See this?
Yes.
Straddle the edge of the lid. So glad you were paying attention earlier, Patricia.
I know.
Now push the button on the
Oh,
top.
there's a button.
Pull up. Isn't that neat?
The button. Hey, my kids are gonna like that.
Yes. Speaking of kids, I have a funny story for you. I have a 13-year-old at home, and when he did this, I think he was 11 or 12. So we're just going to dump this in here. And don't worry, all of you are going to get this recipe both of the recipes, the cake and the
So
chili.
what's in the pan already?
We have 1 can of chili beans, and we have a can of Mexican-style diced tomatoes. Alrighty? And then we're going to add another can of chili-style diced tomatoes and a can of whole kernel corn. And you can vary this if you want to. If you just want the petite diced tomatoes without the extra flavoring, you can do that. You can do kidney beans, you can do ranch-style beans. So you can do regular pinto beans, corn, you can buy the southwestern-style corn. You can really make this your own if you would like. So funny story with the can opener. I came home from a show one night and there was a can of corn sitting on the island in the kitchen that looked like it had literally been chewed all the way around the edge. And then I immediately knew who it was. And I was like, Hunter, get down here, you know. And so he comes down, he's like, what? And I'm like, what did you do to this can? And he's like, this stupid can opener doesn't work. And I was like, come here. So I taught him how to use it. About 2 weeks later, I come home and there's an empty can of corn in the trash. So even he figured it out. Husbands have a hard time with this.
My husband did. He
They
hated
do?
it.
Yeah.
He couldn't get it off.
I mean, they've
He was
got to have a
screaming,
tutoring session
"Call me
over
swear. Never use it again. He
It's
went
not
back.
hard to use.
No. I go, the other day, yeah, John was like, this, you know. So I said, all you do is like, bite it up against the can and turn it. What does it take? Yeah, oh, God. He went and bought a cheapo carver.
Oh.
Fine.
All right, get the metal shavings back in your food. That's fine.
That's great.
You'll just collect on the insurance benefits a lot
That's
sooner.
better.
Alrighty, so we have all of our canned goods in here. We're going to give this a nice stir. And now we're going to move on to what is my very, very favorite product in the entire catalog, and I cannot wait to tell you guys about this. Who all here has our grill pan?